Isaac Newton's third law of motion says, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 1, the Torah portion, Eikev. Let's go to Deuteronomy, chapter number 7, and begin reading with verse 12. And it shall be, because you hear these right rulings, and shall guard them and do them, the Yahweh your Elohim shall guard with you the covenant and the loving commitment which he swore to your fathers, and shall love you and bless you and increase you, and shall bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your land, your grain and your new wine and your oil and the increase of your cattle and the offspring of your flock in the land which he swore to your fathers to give to you. Blessed are you above all peoples. There's not going to be a barren man or a barren woman among you or among your livestock. And Yahweh shall turn away from you all the sickness and put on you none of the evil diseases of Mitzrayim, which you have known, but he shall put them on all those who hate you. And you shall consume all the peoples whom Yahweh your Elohim is delivering over to you. Your eyes shall not pardon them, and do not serve their mighty ones, for they are a snare to you. And we'll pause there. If you continue to read on, in chapter number 7, you see a long list of good things, promises made by Yah, how he is going to deliver, how he's going to give the land to the people of Israel little by little. Every time that they oppose someone that they seek to overcome, a sovereign and his people, that they will do so successfully. And if they try to hide, then Yah will send in the hornets after them to drive them out of their hiding places. In other words, Yah says he's going to partner with them and everything is going to work well. This is all predicated upon what we initially read, and we can easily just read right over top of it and not pause enough to think about what it's saying. In verse 12, it shall be because, Eikev, because you, number one, you hear, you shema, that is, that we not only have an auditory reception of the words that are being spoken, or the ability to read them and formulate an understanding of them in our mind, that rather we also put them into practice. For it says, you not only will hear these right rulings, but you shall shomer, you shall guard and do them. Because we listen to the word and we employ the word, and we do so as a way, or in a way, as to guard the sanctity, the integrity of the word. In other words, we're not looking for loopholes that we can dance through, but rather with joy, we're embracing what the Torah is teaching us. We apply it to our daily living. We engage in it to the full. When we do that, Yah says, I then will do this in response. So there is cause and effect. Now there are some thoughts about a butterfly flapping its wings in one part of the earth and it's causing some kind of fierce storm or violent reaction in another part of the earth. Well, I don't know that I'll go that far. But there are things that are cause and effect, good and bad. When we do what is righteous, that is our cause. The cause that we're engaging in is a righteous cause. It is an obedient cause. We are working with the leading of the Ruach according to his word. There should be, quotes around that should be part, there should be righteous response. Likewise, when we are engaging in unrighteous behavior, it would seem then that unrighteous things would be the end result. When we look at the lifestyles, let's put it that way, the lifestyles that are led by those that are around us, when we examine the living of co-workers, family, neighbors, etc., that are not engaged in righteous behavior. And yet it seems that things tend to go well for them. It's a little perplexing. The word here is saying, because you do what is right, I am going to overwhelm you with fruit bearing and with life giving and with conquering and all good things. And your health is not going to be like those around you. I'm not going to put diseases on you. Two factors here. Number one is Yah is saying this as a response to the covenant. He said, he shall guard with you the covenant and the living commitment that he swore to your fathers. This is based upon the life and the living of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's not just us. It's what has been done by our forefathers before us. Secondly, that covenant has its fullest expression in the land of Israel. Now, you look at those that are currently living in what is identified as Israel, which is not the totality of that ultimate awareness or ultimate state. They have issues as well. There's hunger, there's sickness, there's violence, there is terrorism, there is political unrest and upset. Not all things are perfect in Israel. Nowhere in the earth is it that the case. There is a time, however, that this will indeed come to pass. That being said, there is a psalm that addresses this issue with us. It's in Psalm 73. Verse 1 says, Elohim is truly good to Israel. Amen. To those whose heart is clean. Amen. The second verse says, but as for me, as an individual, my feet had almost stumbled and my steps had nearly slipped, for I was envious of the boasters when I saw peace of the wrongdoers. He goes on to describe how that they seem to be getting by with their blasphemous actions, with their mocking, with their speaking in the evil of oppression. They've set their mouths against the heavens. It seems that they have every advantage and nothing bad ever seems to happen to them. Meanwhile, he says, I've washed my hands in innocence, in verse 13. I've cleansed my heart in vain. I'm plagued all day long. I have reproof every morning. And when I try to speak well, it's like as I have been deceived. And he said, I tried to understand this, and it was a labor to me. It was hard for me to grasp and to understand what it is that's going on. How is it that the unrighteous are blessed, it would seem, and the righteous ones who are trying to do right, that the Torah says, I'm going to bless you in an overwhelming fashion. Well, those blessings aren't happening right now. For all of our Torah keeping, for all of our observances of things that we know to observe and employing, where are the deliverances of our people? Where is the healing of our sick? Where is the supplying of our poor? Where are these things? How is it that this is not working? It says in verse number 17 that he was confused and his steps were slipping until I went into the set-apart place of El. Then I perceived their end. He said, indeed, you set them in slippery places and you make them fall into ruins. How suddenly they are ruined, completely swept away through destructions. And he says, Yah, when you stand up and you bring the balance and correction, the things that are being done, oh my, there will be no gloating. There will be no hand clapping. There will be no cheering when we see the unrighteous in their dismay and in their failures. He says, but then I realized Elohim is the rock of my heart, my portion forever. Whom have I in heaven but you? Who else do I need? The righteous Elohim is on your side. Wait for it. Be patient with it. And may Yah bring to you all that he has promised. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.